So in today's class, guys, we'll be going with some other work, like we'll be starting with other widgets. So we'll be starting with list views and spinners in today's class. So let's start with the lecture. So what is a list view? So you can see an example of an application given over here. So this application uses something which is known as list view. So you can see that. For example, if I want to list multiple contacts, I can use list view. This is a widget in Android which can be used for showing different types of data, for showing any customized data. Now where the data will come from, this data could be given by you, or could come from any database, or could come from any place. For example, if you want to show the names of the students who are enrolled in my batch, then what will happen, I'll connect the list view with the database of Board Infinity. And this list view, what this list view will do, in each row, it will show the name of each of the students. So an official definition, an Android list view is a view which contains the group of items and displays in a scrollable list. Now, this is the most important point, scrollable list. Now, what happens? It is generally advised. For example, like we were discussing on that day about some text view, which was designed in which was designed using constraint view. What was the problem over there? Whenever you were including something, so if you're having something known as match parent, what was happening, the text view was shifting to a screen, to position to a part of screen which was not even visible on your application. So solution of this problem could be, you can use a scroll view. Now what scroll view will do, scroll view could be the parent layout. Now whatever things will be there on this scroll view, you can scroll, the user will get an option to scroll. But list view, now the same thing could be in the case of list view also. For example, if your list is currently showing you 8 items, it might be possible that you are having, let's say, 64 items in your database. Then what will happen, at each time you'll be shown a database, and when you'll scroll, you'll be able to see other items also. So list view inherently implements scrollable, it actually implements a scroll view in it, which is not show, it is actually an implicit declaration. So inside a list view, you'll automatically find that a scroll view is implemented. So you don't have to worry about implementing a scroll view while showing the list. What you have to do is you have to just use the widget list view, and everything will be done for you. Now, there's another thing which is written over here. List view is implemented by importing Android widget. So you can see that it comes from widget class. It comes from widget library. So list view is a default scrollable which does not use other scroll view. So obviously you don't have to use any other scroll view because it already has a scroll view inside it. After that, list view uses adapter class. So I'm having a port, and let's say I'm having a mobile phone. If I want to charge this, I'll connect it with a charging adapter. That's it. So that's what the adapter classes will be doing for you. Consider this mobile as your list view. Consider this mobile as a list view, which is nothing but a widget like text view or edit text or anything else. So it's just like a widget, another widget in Android, which will be showing you some list of some data, right? So just like an adapter is used for connecting the power source to my mobile phone, in similar way, there is something known as adapter class. Now this adapter class will connect the list view, but it will connect the list view with what? With the database, with the data source rather. Can you all see what I'm drawing on the screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
So now this data source could be anything. For example, you might be using an array. You might be using any collection. For example, you might be using an array list. You can use anything out there. You can also use a real-time database. You can also use cloud. You can do anything. Like anything could provide you data, right? So whatever data which would be provided, that will be acting as a power source, and your mobile or your list view. This list view will be fed with the data using something which is known as an adapter class. Let's move to the next slide, which will be telling about the adapter class. So adapters in Android. Adapter is a bridge between UI component and data source that helps us to fill data in UI component. It holds the data and send the data to an adapter view. Then view can take the data from the adapter view and shows the data on different views like a list view, grid view, spinners, etc. So it's not just about it's a UI component. The reason why I'm telling, it can link any UI component with a data source. So it's not just about list view. We can also use spinners and grid views now using the adapters. So adapters can be used for inflating data to not just list view, but to spinners, grid view, and others also. In today's lecture, we shall be seeing two of them, that is list view and spinner. It's quite evident from here that data source could be an array list, hash map, or SQLite. SQLite is the database which is used in Android. Now, adapter acts as a bridge. It converts data item into view item, so it can be displayed in UI component. What happens, guys, actually is this is your list view. Consider this as an empty list. There's nothing there on this list view. When you will add a list view, something like this will be added to your screen, which is nothing but a list view, which is not having anything into it, just vacant fields. Now, let's say I'm having some students out there. Let's say X, Y, Z, A, B, C. These are the names of students which are stored in my data source. Now, what will happen? My adapter will take a single view. For example, list view is nothing but it's a collection of text views, right? Like this would be a text view, this would be a text view. So what adapter will do, it will take a single view out of this list view. So single view, like it will take the first one, say this one. Now it will fetch the first value and it will put this value inside this A. Done. Now what it will do, it will take the second one. It will do the same thing. So what it does is it converts data item, that is the thing which are given over here on the left hand side, into view items, so it can be displayed in UI component. This is the UI component. So like this is the UI, list view is the UI, and each of its component is fed by the adapter class, which acts as a bridge. Let's move further. So after this, now there are different types of adapters in Android. One is known as base adapter, then another is known as array adapter, and third one is the custom array adapter. Now let's start with the array adapter. In array adapter, it is used whenever we have a list of single items which is backed by an array. For example, let's say you are telling me that, sir, I'm having an array, I'm having a string array. Let's say I'm having a string array, and inside this string array, I've stored some strings. Let's say A, B, C, and D. And so I want to display this string array in form of a list view. So in such scenario, I'll be using an array adapter. Now, let's say I said you that the basic implementation of a list view is nothing but collection of text views. Like multiple text views will be given over here. But what if you want to display images also? As you have seen the contacts app, you might be aware that inside the contact app, they are also showing the images and the names of people. So in such scenario, you won't be able to just work with a single text view. Then what do you think, guys? If I just talk about a simple UI component of it, then what do you think? What all things I'll be requiring in it? If I want in my list view, I want to display list of names, and with list of names, I want the image of the person also. Then if I want to design just this UI component, then what shall I do? I'll put an image view. So this is something which is you have customized. So all these things, all these type of views, like all these types, so you can create your own custom list view also. What Android is providing you, Android is providing a simple list view, which is having a UI component as nothing but a text view. Is it clear, guys? So what you can do, you can customize things. You can also add more text views to it. Getting my point? So in such scenario, for connecting database to such views which are customized by you, you have to use something known as custom array adapter. It is used whenever you need to display a custom list. It is more of a custom adapter. Like there's something called as custom array adapter also, but what I have explained to you is custom adapter. If you are not having an image, you are having a set of arrays only, then you can also go with custom array adapter. Array adapter is there, then custom array adapter is there. For example, consider a situation in which you are having a class known as dog class, and then there is something like there are different breeds of dog, right? So let's say you are having a breed, let's say, I guess like German Shepherd. There's something called German Shepherd, then there is Labrador, right? So let's say we are having different breeds of dogs. So consider that array adapter is just another breed of dog, custom adapter is another breed of dog. Then this is the parent class of dog. So similarly, all the adapters come from a parent class, which is nothing but a base adapter. So what array adapter is doing, array adapter is actually extending the base adapter. Similarly, custom array adapter is also extending the base adapter. So let's move further. So array adapter. Whenever we have a list of single item which is backed by an array, we can use array adapter. That's what I said you. For instance, list of phone contacts, countries or names. For example, if you want to show names of countries, names of colors, names of people, or let's say list of phone contacts, then what you shall be using? Array adapter. Now here is a simple implementation of, here is the constructor of the class array adapter. Array adapter is a class. Array adapter is a class And the constructor of array adapter would be looking somewhat like this. Now the first one says context. Now here context would be like you can have three things: application, activity, and the third one is known as the base context. So array in the constructor of array adapter, you need to pass three things. The first one is context. If I'm using main activity, then what the context would be main activity dot this. This type of context is the activity context. So in array adapter, the first thing which you need to pass is the context of the activity. Next thing is about int resource. Now here resource simply means the UI component. For example, the list view is having multiple text views. So you have to give the layout of simple text view. Like you need to explicitly define this layout. You'll just see it when we'll implement, you'll get the concept. So the second argument says that you need to provide a resource. So I'll provide a resource of a text view over here. The third one says that int text view resource ID. So int resource and text view ID will be using them collectively over here. So for a moment, just understand that we are providing nothing but text view only, the basic structure of a UI component. The third thing is objects. Okay, we have provided the context, we have provided how it will look. First thing, where you shall put all things together, we have provided that. How it will look, we have provided that also. Now third thing says that what you shall put inside that. So we have to provide the array. For example, we are using an array adapter, so I need to pass the array over here, right? So whatever, let's say if I want to fetch values from database, so I need to provide database over here. If I want to fetch values from array, I need to provide the name of array over here. Let's move further. The next thing is base adapter. So base adapter is a common base class of a general implementation of an adapter that can be used in list view, grid view, spinners, etc. Whenever we need a customized list in a list view or customized grids in a grid view, we create our own adapter and extend base adapter in that. Base adapter can be extended to create a custom adapter for displaying a custom list view. Array adapter is also an implementation of base adapter. That's what I said to you. So if you want to, like just now we discussed, like if you want to include images also and the name of person also in your list view, then what you shall be doing? You'll create a new class, let's say my adapter, and what you'll do, you'll extend this class, base adapter. Base adapter is the parent class, and even the array adapter is having the parent class as base adapter. So now list view could be implemented in three ways: through XML, through Java, and the third one is through Java and XML. We shall be seeing all the three ways, but the one which I'll suggest you is go with the third one, because the third one is more standardized compared to first and second. First and second, both of them suffer from some consequences, and the third one is free from all these consequences, and the third one is the one which is used in industry also. So third one is a best practice for implementing a list view, and first and second one are like somewhat, you can, like, what I can term them as, like, they'll just work for you, but you won't be getting all the features of list view in them. So let's switch on to Android Studio. Now what I've done is I've just taken a different project, test project. So this is the basic structure: main activity.java, activity underscore main.xml. The first thing which I'll be doing is I'll just take this list view and I'll add it to my layout. Done. Next thing is click on this, provide constraints. That's what I did. I've added the constraints also. Now remember, always give an ID to the list view. So I'll just give the ID as list. Now what I shall be doing, since I've included a list view in my let's say in my layout.xml file, the next thing is I'll go to strings. I'll go to strings.xml, and over here I'll write something as string array. Now I'm creating a string array in my XML file. So what I'll do, I'll just give the name of the array. So let's say we are giving it as country. Let's give it as colors. It's better to give country only, because otherwise there's something called, like, there's a colors.xml file also over here. So I don't want the Android to get confused by that. So what I'll do, I'll just create a string array, name country. After that, inside this, I'll create items. So item, first item. Let's say first item is India. Then second item, let's say is Japan. Item, let's say Nepal. So I've added 4 countries to it. So this is like what Android will do for me. Android has created a string array for me, and the name of array is country. Now what I'll be doing is I have created the array. Now if I want, first of all, we are seeing the XML way, right? We won't be touching the Java file. We will be just working with the XML file. Now what I'll do is I'll just again click on this list view. I'll search for an attribute known as entries. Once I get this attribute entries, what I'll do is I'll just click over here. I'll write @array. Can you see the name of the array which we created? It's country. So I'll just select this. That's it. Your list view is done. The first step was add the list view, provide an ID to it. Second step was create a string file, go to the strings.xml, create a string array. Remember that string array needs to be created amidst of these resource tags. So I've created a string array. I've given the name of string array as country. I've added some elements to it. After that, what I'll be doing is once my string array is ready, I'll just click on the list view. I'll go to the entries attribute of list view, and over here I'll add @array/name of the array, that is country. Let's run the application. Got the point? So this was the basic implementation using the XML. Now some pros and cons of it. The pros is you can change the string file, you can change the array anytime, and obviously all the changes would be reflected in the main application. So you don't have to touch the code part of it because list views are part of view. So even the MVC architecture says that all the changes in view should not involve interference with the coding part. So if you make changes over here in the string array, the changes would be reflected on this part also. So this is a pro. This is a profit. This is something which is which is an advantage of it. But there's a disadvantage. For example, in your phone contact list, if you're clicking on, let's say, any contact, what happens? All the details about that contacts are shown. That is the name of the contact, picture of that contact, and other stuff, right? But here, I won't be able to do this. I won't be able to do the thing without the interference of Java. So this is the basic problem with it. So when can you use this? You can use this in a situation when you want to just show a list, a static list, a list through which user won't be interacting. So our first implementation, that is through XML, is completed. Now let's move to the Java part. So to work with Java part, what I'll do is I'll just open my Android project back again. And this time I'll just delete all these. Let's delete this. And also delete the entries attribute. So I've deleted the entries attribute also. That's it. What I'll do is now if I'll just repeat the steps, I'll even remove the list view also. What I'll do is, so this is a sample project, nothing. Just consider this as a new project. What I'll do is I'll just go to legacy, take the list view, and I'll add this list view to the constraint layout. Again, I'll just provide constraints to it. Next is give some ID to it. Document and ID list. Next step is go to main activity.java. Now here, the first thing which we do is similar to buttons. What we do in the case of buttons, guys, we add the buttons. For example, we add the buttons and then we give some ID to buttons. After that, the next step is we instantiate the buttons, right? So what I'll be doing is I'll instantiate the list view. So it's a list view. So what I'll do, list view. Let's name it as list view equals to find view by ID r.id. The ID was list. That's it. So I'm instantiating my list view. What I did, I just took the ID of this list. So the ID is list. So what I'll do, I'll just add find view by ID r.id.list. That's it. Now the first step is done. This was the first step. Second step. Second step says that create a string array. So what I'll do, I'll just write string and let's name this string array as country names. This is how we create an array in Java, and I'll write the names of country over here. Let's say China, then India, then Nepal. That's it. Okay, so we have created the string array also. The third step says that create an adapter. Now look, we have created the view, right? We are having the mobile phone. We have got the power source also. Now it's time to create the adapter. That is a bridge. Look carefully at the adapter. What I'll do is, what type of adapter shall I use, guys? Base adapter, custom adapter, or array adapter? Array adapter, because we want to import the data from an array. So I'll be using an array adapter. And then I'll be writing array adapter equals to new array adapter. Now, if you remember the constructor of array adapter, just now I taught you the constructor of array adapter. Layout int resource. So I have to provide a int resource. Just look at the resource which I'm providing. I'll write Android dot r dot layout dot, I'll choose simple list item underscore 1. Now what does this mean? Actually, if I'll just show you this, look at this one, guys. So what I did, I just clicked on simple list item and I went to go to declaration. When I did this, it opened an XML file for me, right? And if I'm actually looking at this XML file, there is only a text view. So didn't I said you that you have to provide the text view over here? So now fact is, you cannot provide any text view out there. There is something like Android has already created some default layouts for you. So putting values in a list is something which is quite common. That's the reason Android has already created a layout file for you. The name of the layout file is simple underscore list underscore item underscore 1.xml. So in this layout file, there's just a text view. So what I did, I just passed the value of this layout file into this. Third argument says that, now the third argument is list of objects. The first says that where do I want to show the list? The second argument says that how do I want my list to look? And the third argument says that what should be the content of the list. So what I'll just pass the country names array, because this is the array which is consisting my data. That's it. My array adapter is done. So I have all created a adapter. Now my charging adapter is all ready. Now what I have to do is I have to just put the charging adapter and connect it with my phone and the power source. So for doing that, what I'll do, I'll take my phone, that is list view. I'll call the function set adapter function, and inside this adapter function, I'll connect my array adapter. So this is the fourth step. That is connect the adapter with list view. So that was the third step, guys. And the fourth step was take the list view object dot set adapter and set the adapter. That is, they connect the adapter with the power source. That's it. Let's run this. Clear, guys? So my list has been updated. So these were the country names which I passed using my country name array. So in this example, we touched only Java. We didn't even went for the XML file. We all the changes which we did were using the Java file. Yes, guys. The first one through XML is clear. What we did, we took the list view, added it to the layout file, and then we created a string array. And after creating a string array, what we did, we used an attribute known as entries. Inside Java, what we did, first we added the list view. Then the next step was instantiated the list view in our Java file. The next step was created a string array. And the next step was created the array adapter. And the last step was we connected the array data. That is, we call the function set adapter. And we pass the object of array adapter inside this.